The most powerful thing you can give a child before the age of 5 is not a toy, not a class, not a screen, and not even early academics. It's interaction. Before a child turns 5, their brain is building itself at a speed that will never happen again. Every look, every word, every pause, every smile, every response is wiring their brain in real time. This is not metaphorical. This is biological. The brain is literally shaping itself based on how a child is interacted with. What's shocking is how simple this is and how often it's missed. A baby is not born with a finished brain. At birth, the brain has billions of neurons but very few connections. Those connections are built through experience. And the most powerful experience for a child is not objects. It is people. When you talk to a baby, even when they can't talk back, their brain lights up. When you respond to their sounds, their brain strengthens pathways for language, emotion, attention, and trust. When you ignore those sounds repeatedly, those pathways weaken. The brain keeps what it uses and removes what it doesn't. This is why interaction is not optional. It is nutrition for the brain. Think about this. A child doesn't learn language by hearing words alone. They learn language by back and forth exchange. The baby makes a sound. You respond. The baby looks at your face. You smile. The baby points. You name the object. This is called serve and return. The child serves. You return. Each exchange strengthens neural connections like adding bricks to a growing structure. Without this, development doesn't stop, but it slows and becomes fragile. Many parents believe they need to teach more. In reality, they need to respond more. A child under 5 doesn't need constant instruction. They need connection. They need eye contact. They need pauses where they feel heard. They need emotional safety. When a child feels emotionally safe, the brain opens itself to learning. When a child feels ignored, rushed, or overstimulated, the brain shifts into survival mode. And a brain in survival mode does not learn well. Here's the part that most people don't realize. Interaction doesn't just build intelligence. It builds emotional regulation, confidence, resilience, and self-worth. When a caregiver responds consistently, the child's brain learns a very deep message. I matter. My signals work. The world responds to me. That belief becomes the foundation of confidence later in life. On the other hand, when a child's attempts at interaction are repeatedly ignored, interrupted, or replaced with screens, the brain adapts in a different way. It learns that signals don't matter. That attention comes from objects, not people. That emotional needs are handled alone. This is not about blame. Modern life makes this hard. Everyone is busy. Everyone is tired. Screens are everywhere. But awareness changes everything. A screen can never replace interaction. Even educational content does not trigger the same brain activity as a real human responding in real time. A child may learn words from a video, but they learn meaning, emotion, and social understanding from faces and voices that respond to them. That's why two children can watch the same content and develop very differently based on how much interaction surrounds it. Interaction doesn't mean entertainment. It doesn't mean constant talking. It means presence. Sitting with a child while they stack blocks and commenting calmly. Answering their endless why questions instead of dismissing them. Letting them finish a sentence even when it's slow. Acknowledging their feelings before correcting behavior. These moments seem small, but the brain doesn't see them as small. It sees them as signals of safety and importance. Before age 5, the brain is especially sensitive to emotional tone. Children don't just hear words, they feel them. A rushed response, even with kind words, sends a different signal than a calm, attentive one. The brain records both. This is why quality matters more than quantity. 10 minutes of focused interaction can do more than hours of distracted presence. When you crouch to a child's level, make eye contact, and truly listen, their brain receives a powerful message. I am seen. That message strengthens the neural systems responsible for attention, memory, and emotional control. And here's something fascinating. Children who receive strong early interaction actually develop better self-control later, not because they were disciplined more, but because their brains learned regulation through co-regulation. When you help a child calm down, their brain learns how to calm itself in the future. So when a toddler melts down and you stay present instead of reactive, you are literally teaching their brain how to handle stress. This is why interaction builds resilience. Many people think resilience comes from toughness. In reality, resilience comes from feeling supported early enough that the brain learns stress is manageable. Before age 5, the brain is asking one main question: is the world safe and do my actions matter? Interaction answers that question. Even play is interaction. When you follow a child's lead in play instead of directing it, their brain practices decision-making, creativity, and confidence. They learn that their ideas have value. Silence can even be interaction when it's shared. Sitting together, reading, observing, being calm. These moments teach regulation and focus in a way no toy ever could. The danger today is not lack of love, it's lack of responsiveness. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to respond instantly every time. What matters is consistency over time. The brain is incredibly forgiving when care is generally responsive. And here's the most hopeful part. Interaction builds the brain at any point before 5. It's never too late to start responding more, slowing down more, connecting more. You don't need money. You don't need programs. You need awareness. Talk to your child. Listen to your child. Respond to your child. Be emotionally present, even briefly but fully. Those moments don't just shape childhood. They shape the person your child becomes. Before age 5, interaction is not just communication. It is construction.